Football's summer 2025 transfer window was like one of those blockbuster movies where you already know someone's going to overspend, someone's going to flop, and somewhere, a Saudi club is going to appear out of nowhere with a suitcase full of cash. But this year, it was pure chaos. Records were smashed, shock moves happened, and some deals made fans wonder if clubs have secretly started using monopoly money. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most expensive transfers of summer 2025, but we're starting from the cheapest and working our way up, until we hit the signing that sent the football world into meltdown. Was Liverpool's record-breaking move for Florian Wirtz worth every penny? Did Osimhen's surprising switch to Galatasaray turn into a bargain or a blunder? And which player cost a fortune just to leave half the fan base heartbroken and the other half confused? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly who justified their price tag and who might be on the "what were they thinking" list by the end of the season. We kick things off at number 10 with Joao Pedro, moving from Brighton to Chelsea for £55 million, potentially rising to £60 million with add-ons. Pedro is a talented attacker, quick on the ball, sharp in the box, and definitely a nightmare for defenders. But Chelsea's recent transfer history is like a kid in a candy store. Lots of sweet purchases, but not everything gets eaten. Fans are hoping Pedro will avoid the expensive Chelsea striker curse, but in a squad that already has more forwards than a FIFA Ultimate Team Pack opening, he's got work to do to stand out. And let's be honest, Chelsea managers have a habit of rotating players like it's a TikTok trend. One week you're starting, the next you're benched for a 17-year-old academy kid. If Pedro adapts quickly, he could be one of the smartest buys of the summer. If not, he might spend more time learning London's best coffee spots than scoring goals. At number 9, Viktor Gyökeres moved from Sporting to Arsenal for £55 million, which could rise to £63 million. Gyökeres is a powerful, relentless striker who thrives on bullying defenders and smashing goals in for fun. Arsenal needed someone with that edge up front, but the Premier League is a different beast, and opponents won't make it easy for him. The Gunners are banking on him to be the missing piece in their title chase, because if he doesn't deliver, North London rivals will have their banter tweets ready faster than Gyökeres can take his first shot. He's coming off a season in Portugal where he scored for fun, but can he do it on a rainy Tuesday night at Stoke? That's the test, and if he doesn't, well, Arsenal fans will be using the "we're in a rebuilding phase" excuse all over again. 8th place sees Mateo Retegui leave Atalanta for Qadsiah for £56.3 million. And here we go, the first Saudi deal on the list. Retegui is a strong, instinctive finisher who knows how to sniff out a goal. And in the Saudi Pro League, that skill might make him feel like he's playing in beginner mode. Expect him to rack up big goal numbers while also posting Instagram pictures with gold-plated cars and desert sunsets. And let's not kid ourselves. Part of this move is the paycheck. He could become a star in Saudi Arabia, but European fans will always wonder if he traded Champions League nights for champagne dinners. If he starts smashing in 30 goals a season, though, maybe the only thing people will remember is his celebration, not the league he's in. Number 7 is Martin Zubimendi, swapping Real Sociedad for Arsenal at £60 million. Zubimendi is calm, composed, and brilliant at controlling the tempo of a game. Arsenal have been crying out for a midfield general like him, someone who can win the ball and spray passes like he's painting a masterpiece. But £60 million is still a serious chunk of change. One that comes with the expectation that he'll not just fit in but completely elevate the team. He'll be under the microscope from day one, especially in games against the Big Six, where one misplaced pass can have fans calling for his replacement. Still, if he settles quickly, Arsenal might finally have the midfield balance they've been missing for years. At number 6, we have Díaz moving from Liverpool to Bayern Munich for £60.5 million, potentially rising to £64.8 million. Díaz is fast, tricky, and capable of producing moments of pure magic, as well as moments where you wonder if he's even on the pitch. Bayern have gained a winger who can rip apart defenses, but Liverpool fans will be holding their breath if they meet him in the Champions League. Imagine the headlines if he scores the winner against them. Anfield might go into mourning. For Bayern, this is about adding yet another attacking weapon to an already overpowered Arsenal. For Díaz, it's a chance to prove he can be consistent at the very top level, not just brilliant in bursts. Number 5 is Matheus Cunha, joining Manchester United from Wolves for £62.5 million. Cunha brings energy, creativity, and the kind of work rate you wish all forwards had. But this is Manchester United, a club famous for buying talented players and then using them in the most bizarre ways possible. If we see Cunha playing as a defensive midfielder by Christmas, we'll know history is repeating itself. If he does get played in his proper position, though, he could be a key figure in reviving United's attack. He's got the skill set to thrive in big games, but the real question is whether United can build a system that actually uses him properly. At number 4, Viktor Osimhen's £64.8 million move from Napoli to Galatasaray shocked everyone. This is the kind of deal you'd expect to read as a wild rumor on Twitter, until it actually happened. Osimhen is a world-class striker with pace, strength, and a ruthless eye for goal. In Turkey, he could dominate defenses week after week, and if Galatasaray make a deep Champions League run, this deal will look like a masterstroke. Still, the pressure is on. This is a big money move that fans will be watching closely. If he hits 30 goals, he's a hero. If he struggles, the "why did he leave Napoli?" questions will never stop. Number 3 sees Bryan Mbeumo head from Brentford to Manchester United for £65 million, potentially £71 million with add-ons. Mbeumo has been one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, quietly destroying defenses with his pace and technical ability. For United, he offers versatility across the attack, but for Brentford, this fee is jackpot. They might as well start building a statue of him outside the stadium. Not for what he did on the pitch, but for the transfer money he brought in. Mbeumo has the tools to become a fan favorite at Old Trafford, but he'll need to adapt to the increased pressure and media attention. Number 2 is Hugo Ekitike, moving from Eintracht Frankfurt to Liverpool for £69 million, possibly rising to £79 million. Ekitike has raw talent, a knack for finding space, and that unpredictable flair that makes defenders panic. Liverpool's gamble here is paying big for potential, which can either make you look like a genius or a meme, depending on how fast the player adapts. If Ekitike clicks instantly, he'll be a star. If not, rival fans will make sure to bring up that £79 million price tag in every single debate. He's young enough to develop into a superstar, but big enough now to feel the weight of the shirt immediately. Finally, at number 1, the blockbuster transfer of the summer. Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen to Liverpool for £100 million, potentially £116 million with add-ons. Wirtz is a creative powerhouse. Vision, passing, dribbling, you name it, he's got it. At just 22, he's already pulling the strings like a seasoned veteran, and Liverpool are betting on him to be the heartbeat of their next great side. But that fee is massive, and in the unforgiving world of Premier League football, it only takes a few bad games for people to start asking, was it worth it? If Wirtz adapts instantly, he could be the signing of the decade. If not, the memes will write themselves. And there you have it. The top 10 most expensive transfers of summer 2025, from the smart buys to the ones that could age like milk. Football is unpredictable, and while some of these names will justify every penny, others might have us laughing by season's end. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more football stories told with a mix of facts, fun, and just enough sarcasm to keep it interesting, hit that like button, share this with your mates, and subscribe so you don't miss the next big video. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.